It's your boy, Fatzoid, playing with you with Darklord Despia. Gold Sarcophagus is going to send tragedy because, whoa, our life is sad. Then we're going to get Aliber because of that. Maybe the Jester will make our life a little happier. And then we're going to play Despia Theater. Despia Theater is going to let us fuse into Masquerade Dragon because we're going to have a ball. And then we are going to use Dramaturge's effect to bring it back. And then that's it. But it's a pretty good. Burn 600 every time they play something. So any combo-oriented decks are going to feel the burn. And then he's going to play Grass is Greener. I see a lot of people playing this strategy. It's like the Witchcrafter deck, but it runs Grass is Greener. I wanted to play the music. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn. But it wouldn't. It's copyrighted, so I would get screwed. So I didn't want to do that. Don't feel like getting copyright striked. So I'll just sing it sometimes. So he's gonna have to stop what he does. Attack. It's a good thing he didn't get rid of Theater, because I need Theater to just use its effect to get rid of the Magician's Right Hand effect. Alrighty, so he's going to have... Alright, so back at it again. We got Darklord Yugioh. So he activates this card, which I think it lets him... What is he doing? He's going to summon the Dark Ruler No More card. And he's going to pop Dramaturge. She's doing this all, like, I don't just... So this is what's crazy to me. Like, I think a lot of players need to understand. In this game, I'll be real, it's in Plat. It's not in Diamond. But, like, this is like 101. Like, you should wait until your opponent does something to, like, do stuff. Unless you know there's, like, nothing I can react to. Like, you know, unless he must have forgotten that the Magician's Right Hand was going to negate it. I don't know. But I get Ash Blossom because, you know, it's so fun. He has a spell in hand, so I'm a little worried. So I have to try and bait out. And then he just sends it to the graveyard to summon another Hani. Like, he just gave me the game right here. And if you don't see it, you're going to Darklord Yugioh, use Darklord Contract again, bring out Indulge Darklord, special summon Ukobak, get Darklord Morningstar, summon Aliber, and now we get Branded in Red, the new card, and now we can fusion summon without Theater, because we can't get Theater because we used the effect already this turn. So we go into the first Darklord. And you know what the sad thing is? We're going to activate the effect of the first Darklord. And he's going to be like, oh, Titan Side. This card's not even going to work, first of all. And then Lost Soul. Lost Wind. Wow, jeez. Should be called Lost Soul. That sounds cooler. But, you can't target my fairy monsters when First Darklord's out. So, now his whole board just annihilated. The thing about Brandon in Red is you can't attack them directly when you use it with the fusion monster. But boom, goodbye. GGGG. That was his name. So I've been having a lot of TikTok, watching a lot of TikTok lately, and I've been I get songs stuck in my head. All right, so we have 3 Banishment of the Dark Lords. Kind of awkward, but now we have some discard outlets at least. I'm gonna use Aliber, get Branded in Red because we have Theater in hand already. Now we are gonna go into Masquerade Blazing Dragon. Tragedy's effect activates. It gets our Dramaturge. Activate Branded in Red. So we could have done this on our opponent's turn, but then we run the risk of him having Called by the Grave. If he has Called by the Grave, and he's able to Call by the Grave our card before we get it, then it kind of makes it a little awkward. Because we're not going to be able to do the fusion. So we got 2 Masquerade Dragons out. Now we can say, burn, baby, burn. And we're playing against this shit. God damn it. Burn, baby, burn. Alright, so he plays Dark Red enemies. He gets Raphael. Which is weird. I usually see these decks playing Hamon. But, to each its own. This person's just like, I need to stop. I need to stem the fucking bleeding. Like, look. I haven't even fucking done anything. And he's at 2,000 life points. He's like, okay, I can't draw anything right now. If I do, I'm just gonna die. So we play Aliber. Burn. He goes into Salomon Great. So we're gonna be able to get another burn on him because I'm going to a Foolish Burial, send Tragedy. Tragedy's effect activates. We're going to get Ad Libium, and then we're going to use Banishment to get Darklord Contract, and then we're going to use Masquerade's effect soon, I'm pretty sure, to get it back from the graveyard. As long as you have an extra deck monster out on the field, or I think it's your opponent. Yeah, since he has Almarage, I was able to bring it back. So he takes another 600. So when you do bring back Masquerade Dragon, the effect of the burn doesn't happen because it needs to be fusion summoned. So he has nothing else in the field. We go into drag, and then we're going for... This is probably an overkill, but it's one of the main ways we can go over 4K. Boom! Goodbye! Alright guys, I just wanted to show you, this is against a bot. I wanted to show you why Brandon and Red in this deck is so fucking strong. I set up my hand, so look, he's actually gonna go for Dispel. Oh god. But this is the whole reason. You pass to your opponent's turn. You can end, my hand was particularly weak, so normally you'd probably be able to end on like a Masquerade Dragon or something. But you'd still be able to get this combo out where you have Branded and Red set on the field, and now when your opponent starts doing their play, you can activate Branded Red, grab one of your cards back from the graveyard, and like I said, this does get stopped like Called by the Grave, and then activate it to fusion summon into the First Darklord, which you can use your Morning Star. I'm just gonna use these because I get the most value out of it. I'm all about value. And now you get the First Darklord out. We can activate... It's probably better to activate Tragedy's effect first. Now look. Now your opponent gets... Obviously, it's just one card at this point. But you can board wipe them. And have an extremely strong follow-up for next turn. And this is what I think is the reason why Branded in Red is just like a perfect card to be added to this deck. Before we do a deep dive into the deck list, I want to thank you all who are subscribed as we're getting close to 1K subs, and which is awesome because it brings us closer to the $200 giveaway. I want to say I'm going to be doing a challenge to get back into good health. This channel is called Fatzoid Gaming for a reason. I am quite heavy. So for every 20 pounds I drop, I'm going to be doing a $100 product opening, which I will record and upload. I'm doing this for my own health, and I think it's a good treat rather than doing a cheat meal, because let's be honest, I've had enough cheat meals for a lifetime. I know sometimes in the Yu-Gi-Oh! And gaming community, we're not always the healthiest people, and I hope me losing some weight and going through the process can show that any idiot can do it. Now, on to the deck list. Hello everyone, this is the list we are using. Let's go through what Darklord cards we're using in this deck. We got Darklord Ukobak. We got Indulge Darklord. We have Darklord Superbia. We have Darklord Ixchel at 3. And we got 1 Darklord Morningstar. Now for the spells, we have Banishment of the Darklord for our searches, 2 Darklord Contracts, 1 Darklord Rebellion, and 1 Sanctified Darklord. We are running 2 forbidden droplets. I would suggest, and the extra deck that I have down below, and I have in the description, that will, the extra deck is the way it is because if I had Super Poly on this account, I'd be running it. But forbidden droplet, replace this with Super Polymerization, a net +1. Because you're going to end up getting Tragedy in 2 turns anyway, and you're able to use Tragedy's effect to search another card. So that's a net positive. So when we look at that, think of it as we have 5 Alibers now, we have 4 Dramaturges in the deck, and 3 ad libitum. Wow, that was bad. So we have 3 of those as well. It just increases the consistency of the deck a lot. And Allure of Darkness works so well with Tragedy. I wanted to bump this to 3 because think of it, Allure of Darkness is a net neutral, right? Because you have to banish 1 dark monster in your hand, and you have to use this card to dig 2 cards deeper. You dig 2 cards deeper, but you don't really... You stay at 5 cards in hand, pretty much. But with Tragedy, if you banish Tragedy, you go from going from a net neutral to a net +1. So if you banish Tragedy, instead of having 5 cards in hand, you'll end up with 6. So that's why I think the card works really well together. Branded in red, this card is literally the savior of this deck. This is what makes this deck so good, and you've seen that in the last clip. The last clip that I showed you what you can do with Branded in red is obviously, yeah, you can go into any of your Despia monsters, but more importantly, you can go into the First Darklord and board. You can do a Regeki and Harpy's Feather Duster on your opponent's turn. Like, think how crazy of an effect that is. Board wiping your opponent on their turn. Like, it's already... Think of Prank Kids. Prank Kids is so strong because Battle Boss... by the way, Prank Kids, RIP TCG, Meow Meows got by GG. But Battle Boss, the fact that it's able to Regeki your opponent's board makes it so fucking broken, right? This card, Regeki and Harpy's Feather Dusters on top of that. The extra deck, we're running 2 Masquerades, 1 Cortus. Cortus could be bumped up to 2 if you want. I just didn't have 2 on this account. We got number 100 package to OTK our opponent if they allow it. And if you had to replace anything in this extra deck, obviously replace these if you're not going to be running Super Poly. I did this just to show this. And if I were replacing these, I'd probably just bump up Cortus to 2 or 3, and then probably 2, and then maybe get 1 more Masquerade Dragon, and then mess around with the Link monsters. Maybe get a generic Link like Access Code Talker or something. But overall, the deck is so strong, and I never felt like I was going to lose any match I played. I don't remember exactly what my win ratio was, but I was able to climb from gold to plat 2 doing these games fairly easier, like in like maybe a few hours, and it only takes a few hours because your opponents always take 16 years to do a turn. I would definitely recommend playing this. I actually do think this one is much stronger than the regular Despia list, just because it has the added effect of being able to just board wipe your opponent. It's pretty hard to win when that happens to you. And you can't do target negates. Not like they can effect Veiler it. Not like they can use Lost Wind, as you've seen. Like, it doesn't work. And at the very worst, it's you get Masquerade Dragons out and they just burn the fuck out of your opponent. So, yep, that's what the deck is. And if you have any questions, ask down below and I can answer them to the best of my ability. I try to get to everyone. Sometimes I'm working on other things, so it's a little hard to. But, all right, bye.